Hey everyone, welcome back to Lingoni English. I am Haley, and today we are diving into medical phrasal verbs. I know, it sounds scary, but I promise they are super handy for doctor's visits, emergencies, or honestly, just talking about your everyday health. So, whether you are a patient or a medical professional or just looking to boost your vocabulary, this lesson is for you. Let's get started. We are going to start with phrasal verbs for symptoms and illnesses, starting with to come down with. Usually we say to come down with something, and it means to start feeling sick. For example, I think I'm coming down with a cold, means you are beginning to feel like you are getting a cold. Or another one you'll hear a lot is, definitely coming down with a bug. Bug, in this instance, doesn't mean like an actual little insect. A bug is another word we use in the US to describe a small sickness, like a little cold, feeling a little bit sick. A bug. Coming down with a bug. Next up, break out, or sometimes break out in something. This means to develop a skin reaction, such as a rash, hives, even pimples. We break out in pimples. Or you could say, oh no, she broke out in a rash after walking through poison ivy. Throw up. To throw up means to vomit. We don't often say vomit in the US. We usually say throw up. For example, he threw up after eating some spoiled food. Pass out. To pass out means to faint or to lose consciousness for a short period of time. For example, oh no, she passed out from dehydration. Similarly, you can also say blacked out. He blacked out to mean he lost consciousness. He went unconscious. For example, oh no, he blacked out after hitting his head. To feel up to something means to feel well enough to do something. Or not feeling up to something means not feeling well enough to do something. For example, I think I'm sick. I really don't feel up to working today. Or you could also say, run down. That means extremely tired or feeling weak. Such as, I have been feeling really run down lately. Next up, phrasal verbs for medical treatment and recovery. Starting with come around. To come around means to regain consciousness or wake up. For example, the patient has come around after surgery, meaning they've woken up after surgery. Next up, fight off. To fight off something in this instance means to recover from an illness by resisting it. Such as, my body is really fighting off this infection right now. Get over. In this instance, it means to recover from an illness. It took me a week to get over the flu. Or if you've been injured, you could say heal up. To heal up means to recover from an injury. Your wound should heal up in just a few weeks. Patch up. Patch up means to treat a minor injury temporarily, putting a bandage on it. For example, the nurse patched up his scraped knee before sending him back to class. Pull through. Pull through means to survive a serious injury or illness. For example, the doctors weren't sure he was going to make it, but he managed to pull through. Look after. To look after someone means to take care of someone. For example, he looks after his elderly parents. Next up, phrasal verbs for medical procedures and tests. check up on. It means to monitor someone's health. You'll hear doctors talking about checking up on their patients. For example, the doctor will check up on you in a few weeks. Fun fact though, we use checkup on its own as a noun. We go for an annual checkup appointment, pretty much every year. We're supposed to go every year, where you just have a general overall health assessment. So at your checkup, the doctor will check up on your health. You may also hear check out. Check out means to examine an injury a little closer. For example, a doctor might say, let me check out that swelling on your arm. This next one you have to do at every single appointment. Fill out or fill out forms. It just means to complete the necessary medical forms, applications for your appointment. When you arrive, the receptionist will usually ask you, please, will you fill out these forms before your appointment? To give up. It means to stop a usually unhealthy habit. For example, you really should give up smoking for the sake of your health. That's true. You can also say cut down or cut down on. That means to lessen the amount of doing something, usually, again, an unhealthy habit. Such as, you should probably cut down on so much sugar for better health. To put on, sometimes put on weight or put on X amount of pounds, means to gain weight. For example, I ate a lot this holiday. I definitely put on some weight. In which case you should work out. Work out is another phrase meaning exercise. For example, I really need to work out more if I want to stay healthy. And finally, pass away. Pass away is a softer, kinder way of saying that someone has died. For example, unfortunately, his grandfather passed away last week. To make sure you really understood this lesson, though, how about a quiz? Which phrasal verb means to start feeling sick? Is it A, throw up, B, come down with, or C, pass out? A, B, or C? If you answered B, to come down with, you are correct. You come down with something like a cold or the flu when you start feeling sick. Next question. If someone loses consciousness, they A, break out, B, pass out, or C, get over. I'll give you a second. Got it? It is B, pass out. To pass out is one way to say you've lost consciousness. Question number 3. What does to break out in mean? Does it mean A, to develop a skin reaction, B, to stop an unhealthy habit, or C, to recover from an illness? If you answered A, to develop a skin reaction, you are correct. You break out in hives or a rash when something happens, like an allergy. And finally, if you vomit, you A, pull through, B, look after, or C, throw up. A, B, or C. If you said C, throw up, you were correct. And remember, in the US, we tend to use the term throw up more often than vomit. So, how did you do in the quiz? Comment down below, let us know what you scored, and then go practice all of these phrasal verbs. The more you do, the more natural and fluent you will sound speaking about health and sickness in English. You want to practice even more? Come visit us at lingoni.com. You will find quizzes, worksheets, even a pronunciation tool to help you learn English even faster. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.